Balayage highlights step by step. The look that we're going for and that's in right now, it's a very natural gradient effect where your highlights are going to complement your natural hair color. All you're gonna need is a developer of 20 volumes, a hair dye or bleach, a bowl and a brush, a pair of gloves, and some plastic wrap. Since Claudia's hair is not dyed and we just wanted to bring it up a couple tones, we decided to go for the hair dye instead of a bleach. We went for light blonde with a golden chocolatey undertone to it. But remember, if your hair is dyed, you will need to use a hair bleach instead of a hair dye and mix it with a developer of 20 volumes. And now it's time for the mixture. What we're doing here is mixing the hair dye with the developer, but as we said before, if your hair is dyed, what you should be doing is mixing your bleach powder with the developer instead. Make sure to mix the two products really well with your brush, and next you want to start sectioning your hair. Take the hair on the top section of your head and pin it away so that it won't bother you. Now you want to cut a piece of plastic wrap. Next up, you want to place it under your hair so that you won't stain your skin or your clothes. Hold it like that. And with your brush in a vertical position, you want to start giving it light strokes. I always recommend starting down the middle and working your way up afterwards if you wish to, but when you're done doing your highlights, I recommend applying a little bit more product to the ends so that they look a little bit lighter. Now it's time to fold your plastic wrap and move on to the next section. Remember, you need to hold your section and use your brush to apply some product to your ends first if you like. Try not to overload your brush with product, by the way. It's easier when you apply just a tiny bit of it. You can start down the middle by stroking your hair ever so gently, and you can work your way up later if you want. So when you're done, you have to fold your plastic wrap like so, and it's time to move on to the top sections of your hair. If you want to add more definition to your highlights, what you need to do is take a smaller chunk of hair, apply the product to the ends first with your brush, and then switch to a comb and load it with product on one side and the other. And placing your comb vertically, you want to start sliding it down your hair. And remember, less is more. Sometimes we get a little bit carried away with thick pieces, but that is just not going to give us the final natural look that we're going for. If you want to play it extra safe and avoid that patchy effect that you get when you apply too much product, what you can do is tease your hair before balayaging it. Remember that by using less product, your strokes are going to be smoother and the final look is going to be seamless. It's going to blend better and you're going to avoid that patchy effect. Another thing that you need to take into account is that if you're bleaching your hair instead of dyeing it, you need to watch the time because it lightens your hair progressively, so your bottom sections are going to get lighter before your top sections do. So be careful with that. However, if you're using hair dye, time is not that big of a problem. Once you've applied all your product, you have to wait for about 20 or 30 minutes. Wash your hair as you normally do, and this is the final result. As you can see, the final look we got is pretty natural looking. The highlights blend really nicely with Claudia's natural hair color, and I don't know, in general, I really love it. I think it looks really good on her. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave your comments down below. Don't forget to check me on Twitter, Facebook, and on my website www.patryjordan.com. Share the love with your friends, and see you soon.